OC Otters. I am Miss Mason and I teach first grade, for those of you who may not know, which most of you I'm sure do. And I'm going to be reading chapters 40, 41, and 42 from our school-wide book, Saving Winslow. Chapter 40 is called, Are They Going to Make It? A long, wide dirt driveway led up to Uncle Pete's clapboard farmhouse. Louie steered Nora and Winslow around the side toward the red barn in the back. Winslow's ears perked up, swiveling this way and that, taking in the sounds of the cows and the pigs and the sheep and the chickens. A lively barn song of moos and oinks, baas and cackles. Winslow pranced and leaped, eager to investigate. Nora's hands were pressed to her cheeks. "I don't know," she said. "I don't know if I can do this." Uncle Pete waved to them from a tractor. "Hey there, go on, wander around, check out the newborn lambs and calf. I'll be back soon." And he rumbled off on the tractor into an adjacent field. In a smaller pen, separated from the rest of the sheep, was a ewe and her twin lambs, so tiny and scrawny with short, sparse white hair revealing pink skin beneath. One lamb was standing and stumbling about, and the other was curled against its mother. "That looks so much like Winslow when you got him," Nora said. "Was Winslow really that little and that scraggly?" "He was, remember?" Winslow pressed his nose against the wire pen and made the softest sound, a little like the please he had first uttered on the day that Louie's father had brought him home. The ewe lifted her head, acknowledging Winslow, and answered him with a single "bah" before she bent her head to her newborn. The other newborn stumbled this way and that until it collapsed against its mother, joining its twin. "Are they going to make it?" Nora asked. "I hope they're going to make it, but they seem so frail, don't they?" "That's how they all are at first," Louie said, surprising himself with his own confidence. He had seen dozens of newborn lambs in the past, and he had often felt as Nora did. "Will they make it? They seem so frail." But they had all made it, all except one or two, and Winslow had made it, and he, Louie, had made it. Chapter 41. Easy, boy, easy. Nora clapped her hands to her mouth each time she saw a new animal, as if she were trying to keep something inside from escaping. Louie watched her take it all in, the lambs, the tottering calf with its big head and curly fur, the pink squealing piglets. He had never seen Nora so animated. Winslow pushed his muzzle through fence openings, introducing himself. The newborn calf and Winslow stood nose to nose, smelling each other, until the calf's mother mooed loudly and shoved Winslow's nose back through the fence, scolding him for getting too close to her baby. The chickens fluttered and squawked and were not happy to see this new donkey creature near their shed, but they put on a showy display for Nora as she knelt near them. They strutted this way and that, clucking in quick bursts. Louie had the odd feeling that something was missing, but he didn't know what that might be. He glanced around, trying to identify the missing piece. They returned to the sheep pens and were watching the lambs still curled against their mother when the tractor returned to the barn and Uncle Pete called out to them. Winslow's ears swiveled this way and that. He brayed loudly. From around the side of the house, a scruffy brown dog ambled lazily in their direction. "Easy, boy, easy," Uncle Pete said to Winslow. "Just my lazy old scaredy cat watchdog who's slow in realizing that visitors have approached. Check that tail wagging. Wouldn't frighten off a toad." "We heard that donkeys and dogs don't get along," Louie said. "Well, often that's the case, but this here old thing doesn't know he is a dog, and he doesn't seem to know that Winslow is a donkey either." And then Louie knew what was missing. There had always been a donkey at the farm, a touchy, protective, and stubborn donkey. Uncle Pete had called it his LGD, and it was Gus who had said that LGD stood for Little Gray Donkey. That LGD was Winslow's mother. Chapter 42. Sorry. The next day began well enough, with the sun shining in the windows and Louie pulling on one of Gus's old jackets to wear to school, and his parents getting ready for work, and Winslow prancing around his pen and sniffing the air for spring scents. A day can begin so well. But Mrs. Tooley came outside to scold Louie and his parents and Winslow, all of them, for all that terrible noise, day and night. "But he doesn't usually bray at night," Louie tried, "only occasionally." "It's too much, I tell you, too much. I'm exhausted. I'm going crazy. Did that health person come? Did she tell you that animals can't stay here? Did the animal person come? Did he tell you the regulations?" Louie's mother said, "They came." They told us. His father said, "We're sorry you've been disturbed. We're taking care of it." Louis did not say anything because his father had placed a cautioning hand on his shoulder, but what he was thinking was, "Your baby disturbs us. Your crying baby wakes me up." Shortly after Mrs. Tooley went back inside her house, Mac walked up the drive. He looked as if he were carrying a heavy weight on his back. "What's the matter?" Louis asked. "Claudine." "Oh, again?" "She's breaking my heart, Louis." Mac rubbed his hand down Winslow's neck and back. "I wish Gus were here," he said. Louis and his parents silently nodded. "I miss him," Mac said. Louis and his parents continued to nod in silent agreement. "I mean, I know protecting people in our country is important, and I know it's selfish to wish someone else had gone instead, but I miss him." A sad and mournful and barely audible "ee-aw" was Winslow's response. Louis was unable to speak. It rained the rest of the